Good evening everybody and welcome back to my channel. I am Lebo1985 and tonight I am trying out a new game, What Remains of Edith Finch. This game was released in 2017, developed by Giant Sparrow and published by Annapurna Interactive, who also published Stray. The game was received incredibly well and during 2017 and 2018 was nominated for various awards, taking home no less than 8, including Best Narrative at the Game Awards 2017 and at the Game Developers Choice Awards in 2018. It also received the Excellence in Narrative Award at the SXSW Gaming Awards in 2018. What Remains of Edith Finch has a PEGI rating of 16. Before I crack on with the game, I will just put this out there. This game does touch on some sensitive topics. So with that said, let's get going and see what this is all about. Okay, so first impressions. I like the graphics. Look good. Immersive. It is first person, so okay, we'll see how I get on. I'm not normally very good at first person perspective games. That said, the first person games that I've played are usually like shooters and things like that. I don't think this is that kind of game. So, but it's looking good.
A lot of this isn't going to make sense to you, and I'm sorry about that. I'm just going to start at the beginning, with the house.
Okay.
I lived here until I was 11, but I wasn't allowed inside half the rooms.
Ooh. Okay.
Inside the mailbox were bills from 7 years ago, marked urgent, open immediately.
Okay. So I need to keep an eye out for those little indicators, I think, because this is, from what I've read, I have checked out some reviews and things before I started the game, and also to make sure it was like my kind of game. It was recommended to me from a work colleague. So from what I've read, it's I'm of the impression it's quite a similar concept to Uncharted, in that it kind of is like an immersive movie sort of game. So there's lots of bits to interact with.
I hadn't been back since my brother Lewis's funeral. In her will, my mother left me a key, but didn't tell me what it unlocked. Maybe she thought I'd know. Or she thought that the mystery would be enough to bring me back.
Okay. Oh, I'm gonna... Okay. So one thing that has been recommended with this game is to take your time a bit. Something that has been mentioned is that if you go too quickly, the narrative kind of has to catch up or sort of overspeaks itself or something, and you can miss a few bits. So I'm gonna take my time. Oh, is this like another path?
The truth is, even after I inherited the house, I never thought I'd come back to it. But now I had questions about my family that only the house knew the answers to.
Okay.
The woods around the house have always been uncomfortably silent. As if they're about to say something but never do.
So this, I think, is the other pathway. Just gonna have a bit of a quick gander around here. Oh, okay, so you can zoom in, or you can zoom out. Okay. Oh. Okay. I feel like it's the sounds, background sounds are quite calming, soothing.
The house was exactly like I remembered it, the way I'd been dreaming about it. As a child, the house made me uncomfortable in a way I couldn't put into words. Now, as a 17-year-old, I knew what those words were. I was afraid of the house.
Okay.
Crawling through the doggy door used to be a lot easier when I was 11.
Oh wow, okay. There you go.
The power had been turned off the night we left. For the first time in years, I felt like I was home. But instead of a family, there were just memories of one. Like how only one restaurant would deliver to our house, so we had Chinese a lot.
Oh.
Or how after Louis started working at the cannery, we all got sick of eating salmon. Except our cat, Molly.
Oh, wow, okay. Oh.
The table was still a wreck from the night we left. It was like a bomb had gone off, killing everyone but sparing the furniture.
Okay. Intriguing. Oh, what we got here? Okay. Eddie is a wheelchair, okay.
My mom was the only one of us who could imagine Great-Grandma Edie living in a nursing home.
Edie. Not Eddie, Edie.
Nothing in the house looked abnormal. There was just too much of it, like a smile with too many teeth.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff in this house. Okay. Oh, okay. There's a couple of things here. Let me just have a quick look. So that's the kitchen where I came in. Okay, got another room there. Let's have a look here. Barbara.
Great-Grandpa Sven built a music box for Barbara, along with the rest of the house. Mom always told me to stay out of the basement, so I wasn't too surprised when the key didn't fit.
Okay. So that's down to the basement. Can we go through here? Okay.
Edie told me once that every Finch who ever lived is buried somewhere in the library.
That's a bit weird. Okay. And it's locked. Properly locked. Okay.
My mom wasn't much of an optimist, but she never stopped believing that my brother Milton was alive.
Okay. Okay, so we've got Barbara and Milton who've been mentioned. Let me see, because I think there's a family tree. Barbara, okay. Molly the cat, she's on there too. Is that Molly the cat? Or is that someone called Molly? 37 to 47. Okay, no, that's obviously a different Molly. Okay. Let's go upstairs.
After Milton disappeared, Mom sealed up all the bedrooms. Then Edie retaliated and drilled peepholes.
Oh. Okay. How bizarre.
The last time I was in Edith Sr.'s room, I was 10 and she was painting my portrait.
Okay.
As a kid, I just assumed every house had peepholes and sealed rooms you weren't allowed inside of.
Okay. Interesting. They're all named after someone.
My Grandpa Sam spent 7 years sharing a room with his dead brother, Calvin.
What? That makes it sound like Calvin was dead at the time they shared a room. Okay. Interesting. Interesting. Okay, so we've got Barbara.
Barbara was a child star for 2 years, until America grew out of it. Whenever people ask me about my family, the first thing they always want to know about is Barbara.
Okay, before I go up to the next level, did I look through these? Oh. No, I didn't.
Molly always seemed like a girl I could imagine being friends with, if she hadn't died in 1947. I spent a lot of time playing in Great Uncle Walter's room. I think my mom sometimes regretted not sealing it up. Lewis told me there were secret passages, but I never believed him. Turns out, my mom was really good at keeping secrets.
Huh.
Now it was time to find out what my mom had been afraid of.
Okay.
Reading this, maybe it sounds like I had a plan. But I had no idea what was behind that door. Just like I had no idea where all this was gonna lead.
Okay.
I grew up looking at Molly's room through the peephole. Being inside for the first time, I felt like I'd stepped behind a painting.
December 13th, 1947. Dear Diary, I'll be gone soon, but I wanted to tell somebody about what's gonna happen. It started when Mom sent me to bed without dinner. I woke up and I was starving, so I looked around for something to eat. The gerbil food was dry, but I didn't mind it.
Check around.
I thought about eating Christopher, but I held back.
Oh. Okay, it's very dark, this.
I kept eating and eating.
Ugh. I'm not sure I'd really want to eat toothpaste, but that's cool, groovy.
I ate a lot of things that night. Then I heard chirping outside my window. It was a barn swallow going back to her nest. I reached out for her. And suddenly, I was a cat. I tried to be quiet, but the bird was really scared.
Okay. Up there.
Mom and Dad didn't even look at me. I jumped and I almost got her. I could tell she was getting really tired.
Okay.
Now I was up in the big tree. I promised Dad I wouldn't climb it anymore. All I cared about was eating that mama bird. I gobbled her up. And suddenly, I was an owl. First, all I heard was the wind. Then I heard little teeth nibbling in the grass. Rabbits. I imagined his face looking up and seeing mine through my talons. I swallowed him up, and I didn't chew one bit. Then I flew off to find something bigger. A mama rabbit. She was almost too big to carry. I started choking, but I couldn't stop eating. And suddenly, I was a shark. rolled off a cliff and into the ocean. Now, I was hungrier than ever. I wanted fat, juicy seals. Her flipper, and it tasted really good. Grabbed on tight, but I was so hungry, I jumped out of the water. When I opened my eyes, everything had changed. Now I was a monster, and I smelled people everywhere. I was big, but I moved real quiet. I wanted to stop, but also I didn't.
Jump.
Passenger, I was still hungry. And across the water, I smelled something new. Something I had to have, so I swam towards it.
Okay.
I slithered onto the sand, and the good smell went into an old pipe. I got closer and closer.
Oh. Okay. So we're back in Molly's room. Okay, I'm going to go through this really quite slowly. because I've just had to take a break from playing the game. Because it's actually given me motion sickness. So I need to
All of my stomach started growling. And suddenly, I was me again. I held my breath for a long time, but I couldn't hear anything. I think it's waiting for me to fall asleep. But it's not going to wait much longer. It needs to feed, and we both know I will be delicious.
Interesting.
I'm not sure if I believed all of that, but I'm sure Edie would have.
Okay. Heard a cat.
I can't describe it, but I felt like some part of Molly was still here.
Yeah, in that thing there. Okay.
Molly's gerbil had a tiny bedroom with its own even tinier gerbil cage.
That's weird. Okay. Okay, so looking around you can see the sea monster, I think. You've got the shark. Up there. Okay.
This will be obvious later, but my mom never told me any of these stories. Edie would have, but Mom didn't like bringing up the past. Though, when we adopted a stray kitten, she was the one who named it Molly.
Oh. Okay, so the kitten is obviously not in that family tree. Okay.
I spent a lot of time in Great-Grandma Edie's room.
There's something over there. Let's go have a look.
Her room was like a museum. For 500 years, the Finches have been famous throughout Norway for their fortune and misfortune.
Hmm. Oh, hold on.
Odin Finch buries the latest victims of the family curse, his wife Ingeborg and their newborn son, Johan. On January 7th, 1937, he set sail with his family and his house, hoping to leave the curse behind.
Oh, okay.
But 40-foot waves off the coast of Washington send the house and Odin to the bottom of the sea. Odin's daughter Edie, with husband Sven and baby Molly, step ashore on their new home, Orcas Island. Odin Finch is the first to be buried in the new family cemetery.
Oh.
His daughter Edie is already dreaming of a new Finch house. Whatever's wrong with this family, it goes back a long ways.
Okay. Sven and Edith. Let's have a look.
Edie knit me a new pair of gloves every year, just in time to replace the old ones. Louis died a week before we left, but Edie had already started to memorialize him. Edie gave a big interview about a mole man living under the Finch house. My mom was furious. I hadn't thought of myself as Edith Jr. for a long, long time. One summer, they evacuated the island, but Edie refused to go. For a few weeks, she was a celebrity. When Edie told people Sven was killed by a dragon, she could also have said he was building a dragon-shaped slide that collapsed. She could have, but she didn't. Even in her 90s, sometimes Edie seemed a lot younger than my mother. The only trace Grandpa Sam's first wife, Kay, left on the house was the pink bathroom. It was a pretty big trace.
Oh. Okay. Nope. Okay. Okay. Oh. Sewing machine. Okay, there's no way out. Okay. Even the animals have got everything. There is like date. Every animal has their own bird cage. They've never reused them by the look of it. Okay. Okay. Kind of got to work out where I gotta go from here. I can't see. Okay. Oh, here we go. Oh, that's interesting.
There's a secret in this bathroom.
Okay.
It's in the last place you would look. It isn't in the cupboard. It's hidden in this book.
Oh man, dark room. Interesting. Okay.
Sven gave Sam an old camera he'd refurbished. He never put it down.
Still have everything in all of the things. Okay.
From the paintings on the wall, it was clear my brother Milton had been here before me.
Okay, so every room is linked. Okay, so obviously, okay, Fort Sam and Fort Calvin. Interesting.
I knew Grandpa Sam had a twin, and that he never talked about him. I guess my grandpa didn't like history any more than my mom did.
Okay. Intriguing.
How I Want to Remember My Brother by Sam Finch. The thing I remember is that when he made up his mind, that was it. My brother said he'd die before he ate another mushroom. And he did. At Barbara's funeral, we swore we'd never be afraid again. And he wasn't. I think Calvin always wanted to fly.
Sam! Calvin! Dinner's ready! Coming!
But that day, he finally made up his mind to do it. I told him going around was impossible. Maybe if I hadn't said that,
Calvin! I'm not gonna tell you again!
maybe if the wind hadn't picked up, then maybe he'd still be here. But I doubt it. I think he'd already made up his mind. That's what I want to remember about my brother. The day he made up his mind to fly. And he did.
Calvin's story felt strangely familiar. When I was younger, I remember trying to do the exact same thing.
Okay. Okay.
After the funeral, Edie roped off Calvin's half of the room.
there anything up here?
Mom said Grandpa Sam enlisted at 18 and never set foot in the room again.
And that's where I'm going to be leaving it for this week. Wow, what a start. So, first impressions. I like the graphics, they're very detailed, the storyline is intriguing, albeit very tragic indeed. It does leave me wanting to find out more about this family curse. The gameplay is so far easy and works really well with the controller on the Steam Deck. I also do like the concept of the game, that you're exploring the individual's rooms and learning more about them from their own environment. And the rooms being left as a shrine and closed up does speak a lot about grief and the holding onto of memories. I think it's innovative how each room is or has been linked via secret passages. That's the sort of thing that I dream about as a kid, sort of exploring this kind of house. And I'm finding as I'm making my way through these passages, I feel like the kid in me just wants to get out. So far, a good start to the game, although I did have to have a break. This is one of those games that gives me motion sickness, so I did have to step away for a bit. I think I'll be taking it quite slow through the rest of the game to try and combat that. Anyway, on that note, thank you to everybody who has joined me this evening. So why not pop along to my socials and my channels, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and let me know your thoughts. If you want to follow me, you can find me on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, DLive, Kick, TikTok, WASD, Discord. I am also on X, formerly Twitter and Instagram, but I'm gaming Lebo1985 on those two channels. Stay safe, everyone, and I'll catch you next week. Bye!